Outliers, The Story of Success, Introduction Summary. Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell redefines how we perceive success, challenging the notion of the self-made individual. Gladwell argues that achievement is influenced not only by individual qualities like hard work and intelligence but also by external factors, including timing, cultural background, social context, and even historical circumstances. Through examining various case studies and scientific research, he reveals that hidden advantages and structural factors play significant roles in creating outliers, those who stand out in their fields. From hockey players in Canada to tech moguls like Bill Gates, Gladwell shows that opportunities compound over time and that cumulative advantages often shape the most successful individuals. His book introduces concepts such as the Matthew Effect, the 10,000-hour rule, and the power of cultural legacies, each of which contributes to his overarching argument: success is as much a product of environment and timing as it is of innate ability. This summary explores each chapter in Outliers, highlighting key themes, lessons, and examples that offer a comprehensive view of how success is built through a complex interplay of factors. Chapter 1: The Matthew Effect. Gladwell introduces the Matthew Effect, based on the biblical phrase, "the rich get richer, and the poor get poorer." This concept suggests that those with initial small advantages accumulate even more benefits over time. Using Canadian junior hockey leagues as an example, he shows that players born in the first few months of the year are older and more physically developed when the selection process begins, making them more likely to succeed in competitive sports environments. These advantages snowball, as early success leads to access to better coaching, more playtime, and more opportunities for skill improvement. Gladwell argues that the Matthew Effect extends beyond sports to education, where older students often get labeled as gifted, creating a cycle of encouragement and advanced opportunities. By explaining how minor, seemingly arbitrary factors can shape a lifetime, Gladwell raises awareness about the importance of leveling the playing field so that these advantages don't dictate success exclusively. Example: hockey players born in January, February, or March dominate elite Canadian leagues because their birth dates align with cutoff dates, giving them physical advantages over younger players. Action for Chapter 1. Consider initial advantages in your life and how they have affected your outcomes. Recognize and leverage small advantages in your personal and professional life. Key takeaway: early, minor advantages can compound into major successes over time. Recognizing this can help us identify and work against unintentional biases in educational and professional environments. Chapter 2: The 10,000-Hour Rule. The 10,000-hour rule posits that expertise in any field requires around 10,000 hours of focused practice. Gladwell uses examples like the Beatles and Bill Gates, who both benefited from unique opportunities allowing them extended practice time. This rule suggests that those who achieve elite status are not merely talented but have dedicated immense time to honing their skills. In the case of Gates, his access to a computer as a teenager, a rarity at the time, allowed him to clock hours of programming practice that set him on the path to success. Similarly, the Beatles' extensive performances in Hamburg helped them build cohesion as a band. Gladwell emphasizes that deliberate, structured practice is essential for achieving mastery, often more so than innate ability. Example: the Beatles performed over 1,200 times in Hamburg, honing their music skills in a way that was essential for their later success. Action for Chapter 2. Identify an area in which you want to excel, and create a structured practice plan to accumulate focused hours toward achieving mastery. Key takeaway: dedicated, deliberate practice is crucial for achieving mastery. Access to opportunities that allow extensive practice, like Gates and the Beatles had, can be the differentiating factor between good and great. Chapter 3: The Trouble with Geniuses, Part 1. Gladwell examines the limitations of high intelligence in achieving success by introducing Christopher Langan, a man with an IQ significantly above average. Langan's story reveals that raw intelligence does not guarantee success. After a certain IQ threshold, practical intelligence and adaptability become more important. Langan's inability to navigate social structures and advocate for himself hindered his academic and professional progress. Gladwell introduces the concept of practical intelligence, social skills, self-advocacy, and adaptability as essential components of success. Intelligence alone doesn't guarantee prosperity, and individuals with high IQs may still struggle if they lack the social tools needed to navigate real-world situations. Example: Christopher Langan, despite his exceptionally high IQ, faced setbacks in his academic career due to a lack of social skills and practical intelligence. Action for Chapter 3. Work on developing soft skills, such as negotiation and self-advocacy, as they are crucial in translating intelligence into tangible success. Key takeaway: intelligence is only one component of success. Practical intelligence, including social skills and adaptability, is equally important. Chapter 4, The Trouble with Geniuses, Part 2. The second part of The Trouble with Geniuses contrasts Langan's life with that of J. Robert Oppenheimer, who successfully led the Manhattan Project. Oppenheimer's affluent background allowed him to develop the social skills necessary to navigate complex political and academic landscapes. He was raised in an environment that encouraged self-confidence and social maneuvering, qualities that complemented his intellect and enabled his success. Gladwell introduces the concept of concerted cultivation, a parenting style where affluent parents actively nurture their children's talents and confidence, giving them the tools to navigate complex social systems. In contrast, children from lower socioeconomic backgrounds often receive less guidance, impacting their ability to maximize their potential. Example: Oppenheimer's affluent upbringing gave him the confidence and social skills to influence people and advance his career, unlike Langan, who lacked similar support. Action for Chapter 4. Foster social confidence and learn to assert your needs in professional and personal settings to complement your intellectual abilities. Key takeaway: background and upbringing influence success by fostering or limiting access to social skills and self-advocacy. Chapter 5, The 3 Lessons of Joe Flom. Joe Flom, a successful lawyer, exemplifies how timing, cultural background, and unique opportunities contribute to success. Growing up Jewish during a time when discrimination limited his options, Flom built his legal career by specializing in areas like proxy fights and hostile takeovers that elite firms avoided. His background and timing aligned perfectly with the rise in corporate law, turning Flom's initial disadvantage into a major advantage. Gladwell outlines 3 principles that contributed to Flom's success: demographic luck, cultural background, and the advantages of hard work within emerging fields. By seizing unique opportunities that others overlooked, Flom positioned himself for lasting success. Example: Flom's focus on areas of law that others avoided allowed him to build a thriving career as corporate law became profitable. Action for Chapter 5. Identify trends and opportunities that may be undervalued or ignored in your industry. Exploring these areas can provide a unique path to success. Key takeaway: success often results from a blend of demographic and cultural factors, combined with hard work in emerging areas. Chapter 6, Harlan, Kentucky. In Harlan, Kentucky, Gladwell examines how cultural legacies shape behavior. The town's Scotch-Irish settlers brought a culture of honor, where personal reputation was fiercely protected, often resulting in violent family feuds. Gladwell argues that such cultural traits can persist for generations, shaping responses to conflict and competition even when the original context no longer applies. This chapter underscores how cultural backgrounds influence behaviors and decisions, affecting everything from individual actions to broader societal trends. Recognizing these influences can help people make more conscious choices about their actions and reactions. Example: the culture of honor in Harlan, Kentucky, led to violent feuds, stemming from a tradition of defending personal honor at any cost. Action for Chapter 6. Identify cultural traits or inherited values that may be influencing your actions today. Determine if they align with your goals. Key takeaway. Cultural legacies have a lasting impact, influencing behaviors across generations. Understanding these can help in making conscious, informed decisions. Chapter 7: The Ethnic Theory of Plane Crashes. Gladwell analyzes how cultural communication styles can impact safety in high-stakes situations, using plane crashes as an example. In high-power distance cultures, subordinates hesitate to challenge authority, leading to miscommunications. Korean Air, which experienced multiple crashes, transformed its safety record by training pilots to reduce power distance, encouraging open communication in the cockpit. The chapter suggests that high-stakes environments benefit from a communication style that minimizes hierarchy and encourages clarity. This applies beyond aviation, emphasizing the importance of open communication in any collaborative setting. Example: Korean Air improved safety by encouraging assertive, direct communication among crew members, reducing cultural power distance. Action for Chapter 7. In high-stakes environments, encourage open, direct communication to reduce misunderstandings and increase safety. Key takeaway. Clear, open communication is essential for success, especially in high-stakes settings. Reducing power distance can enhance collaboration and safety. Chapter 8: Rice Paddies and Math Tests. Gladwell explores how the diligence required in traditional rice farming in Asia has instilled cultural values of persistence and meticulousness. These values translate to academic success, particularly in math, which requires patience and systematic problem-solving. Asian students tend to excel in math due to these deeply rooted cultural attitudes, not merely natural ability. This chapter highlights how cultural practices, even those unrelated to academics, shape attitudes and skills valuable in other areas. It suggests that traits like patience and diligence can improve performance in fields that demand sustained focus. Example: Asian students' success in math is influenced by a cultural legacy of persistence and meticulousness from traditional rice farming practices. Action for Chapter 8. Adopt a mindset of persistence and thoroughness when tackling complex challenges to improve performance. Key takeaway. Cultural values such as diligence and persistence foster success in fields that require sustained effort. Chapter 9: Marita's Bargain. Through the Knowledge is Power program, KIP, Gladwell examines how extended learning opportunities can bridge the achievement gap. KIP's rigorous schedule helps students from disadvantaged backgrounds stay academically competitive, illustrating that systemic structures, not just talent, influence educational success. The chapter advocates for educational reforms that provide more support for underprivileged students. Gladwell argues that by modifying educational practices, society can help overcome disparities tied to socioeconomic status, enabling more students to reach their potential. Example: KIP schools' extended hours help close the achievement gap, particularly for lower-income students. Action for Chapter 9. Seek opportunities for extended learning and personal growth to maximize potential. Key takeaway. Access to extended learning opportunities can bridge achievement gaps, especially for students from disadvantaged backgrounds. Conclusion: Success redefined. In Outliers, Gladwell redefines success by emphasizing the importance of situational, cultural, and environmental factors alongside personal qualities. He challenges the concept of meritocracy, highlighting how hidden advantages, cultural legacies, and cumulative benefits shape outcomes. By understanding the nuanced factors behind success, individuals and societies can foster environments that cultivate potential across diverse backgrounds. Through his analysis, Gladwell urges readers to rethink conventional ideas of success and consider how systems and opportunities can be more equitably structured. This expanded perspective promotes a fairer society, enabling more people to become outliers and achieve extraordinary success. End of the book summary. Thank you. Book briefs, simplifying insights, saving your time.